Let me tell you how I saw a room full of the richest, most self-important folks in the city get turned upside down by one woman who didn't even want the spotlight, and honestly, it still makes me shake my head, because I almost missed it too. Picture this. You're at this gala out at the Verdant Wild Sanctuary, where the string lights make everything look a little softer, more expensive, and the air smells like money and perfume. People are swirling around, laughing a little too loud, everyone's in their best clothes, and you just know every handshake is a business deal in disguise. So here's the kicker, you know those stories where someone gets written off, then the room finds out too late who they really are? Yeah, buckle up. Now, you got Charlotte Sterling, right? Queen bee, high heels, sharp-tongued old money, and no patience for the help, if you catch my drift. She's walking around, waving her champagne glass, and honestly, acting like she owns the place, which in her mind, she probably does. Her name's on half the donor walls in town. She's scanning the room and spots Amara Johnson, sitting alone at a corner table, black dress, no frills, head down over a stack of papers. If you didn't know better, you'd think Amara was part of the staff, maybe handling logistics or something. She just looks calm, like all the glitz around her doesn't register. I remember Charlotte leaning into her friend and saying, "Isn't it weird? That woman over there? She looks like she's here to clear the plates, not join the party." She didn't whisper, either. People heard. The waiter stiffened, the guy next to Charlotte chuckled, but nobody said a word. I guess when you've got that kind of money, you forget what it means to bite your tongue. Charlotte just kept at it, louder every time she mentioned Amara. Are we letting just anyone in now? Doesn't she know this is the VIP section? Like the world owed her an explanation for every face she didn't recognize. Thing is, Amara didn't even flinch. She was all grace, letting it roll off her like rain on a leaf. She sipped her water, nodded politely if she caught anyone's eye, but never looked rattled, never even looked up when Charlotte tried to provoke her with some fake concern advice about blending in. "People like me make these things happen," Charlotte says. And if you'd seen her face, well, let's just say humility wasn't on the menu. I gotta pause here because you ever notice how folks like that, the loud ones, they get uncomfortable when someone just doesn't react? Like Amara's silence made Charlotte itch, because it wasn't the response she wanted. Anyway, the night rolled on, Charlotte basking in the shallow spotlight, Amara tucked away, barely a blip to anyone except maybe this little boy who'd been eyeing the whale figurine she was sketching. The kid didn't care about donor lists or social ladders, just curious, you know? But here's where it gets interesting. The auction's coming up, the organizers call for the keynote, and wouldn't you know, Amara stands up. There's a ripple through the crowd, 'cause most people had tuned her out, figured she was background. Charlotte shoots her, this look, you know the one, where you're confused and annoyed all at once, because the script suddenly changed and no one warned you. Amara takes the stage, and let me tell you, she didn't speak like someone used to applause. No grand gestures, just this quiet power that made you lean in. "Good evening, everyone," she says, steady as a heartbeat. "I'm Amara Johnson, founder of Wild Horizons," and you could feel the whole room shift for its pause midair, glasses half raised, Charlotte's jaw went a little slack. All those whispers, all that dismissive chatter, it just evaporated. She tells the story of Wild Horizons, the rescues, the heartbreak, the small wins, the big hopes. She talks about the animals, about a vision that's bigger than any one person's ego, and you believe her because she means every word. And when she looks straight at Charlotte, just for a second, and says, "If you doubt the impact of our work, look around. This sanctuary is a testament to what passion and perseverance can achieve." You can feel it, not anger, just clarity, and this challenge in her eyes, like, "Are you listening now?" It's dead silent. Then the applause breaks out. At first slow, then rising, because even the cynics get it now. And Charlotte, man, you could almost see her shrink in her chair. She'd been running her mouth about who belonged, and now she's realizing the only person who really belongs in this room is the one she'd been mocking all night. Later, as folks mingled and the evening started winding down, you could see Charlotte was different. She wasn't laughing as loud, didn't need to be at the center anymore. I caught her watching Amara talk to donors, talking about plans for a new wildlife rehabilitation wing. And there's this look on Charlotte's face, I don't know, maybe it was shame, Or maybe it was just the shock of finally seeing someone for real, past the surface. Eventually, Charlotte walks up to Amara, and let me tell you, I did not see this coming. She's softer now, no showmanship left. I owe you an apology, she says, voice almost a whisper. I misjudged you. I didn't see what you'd built here. Amara turns, smiles, not smug, not gloating, just tired but patient. You don't owe me anything, Charlotte, she replies. What matters is what you do next. This work isn't about ego. It's about giving these animals a chance. And for the first time, you see Charlotte nod like she's really listening. I want to help. Not for attention, but because it matters, she says, and Amara just nods. That's all anyone can ask. So yeah, that's how the room changed. The most powerful person in the room was never the loudest or the best dressed or the one with the biggest checkbook. It was the one who led by doing the work, who could stand in the middle of a storm and never raise her voice. And maybe Charlotte finally got it that power isn't about being seen, but about seeing what needs to be done. I walked out that night thinking about the way the world measures worth, how often we get it wrong, how easy it is to mistake quiet for weakness and noise for substance. Amara reminded all of us what real impact looks like. And Charlotte, well, maybe she's still got work to do, but at least now she's pointed in the right direction. So what do you think? Who's really powerful in your community, the ones who talk the loudest, or the ones who show up when it counts? Drop your thoughts below, because stories like this, they make you question where real change starts, and whether we're giving enough credit to the ones who lead from the shadows.